In the rural heartland of Uttar Pradesh, millions of families in Lakhimpur Kheri depend on these towering stalks for survival. During harvest, it dominates the entire landscape. But this exact geography has a terrifying side effect. When the crop grows fully, it stands 8 to 10 feet tall, creating a dense, impenetrable wall. It forms thousands of acres of natural blind spots, providing perfect cover for anyone wanting to hide a crime. On a Sunday in Lakhimpur 2023, a 13-year-old girl was walking home from classes at a local madrasa. She never made it back. When the sun went down and she still hadn't returned, her parents rushed to the local police station. But according to the family, officers refused to immediately register their missing persons complaint. They were forced to wait through the night. The first 48 hours of a missing child case are the most critical. When law enforcement hesitates in those opening moments, the search loses its momentum. It hands perpetrators the exact advantage they need to disappear into the landscape. The next morning, desperate villagers launched their own search. Deep inside a nearby sugarcane field, they found trampled foliage. And there, they discovered the girl's body. The violence inflicted upon her was exceptionally brutal. The attackers had gagged her with mud to silence her screams. Her eyes were pierced with sharp sugarcane stalks. There were multiple deep wounds across her body, and immediate suspicions of sexual assault. Finding a crime scene in a dense agricultural field introduces immediate problems. Moisture, insects, and soil rapidly degrade physical trace evidence like DNA or fibers. Every hour the body lay there, the field itself was breaking down the biological samples needed for an investigation. To solve a homicide in this kind of isolated, hostile geography, investigators need immediate response times and flawless forensic processing. Right now, both of those systems are failing the victims. When biological samples finally make it out of the field, they are already compromised. Extracting usable DNA from soil-contaminated evidence is a race against decomposition. But even if investigators secure clean samples, they hit a massive institutional wall. India's forensic science laboratories, where this evidence is sent, are completely overwhelmed. This 2023 report details forensic capacity. The orange bars, representing pending DNA cases, climb aggressively from 2018, peaking with thousands of untested cases by 2020. Notice the blue bars underneath, representing processed cases. While evidence volume skyrocketed, the lab's capacity couldn't keep up. Rape kits and DNA swabs sit in storage for months, completely stalling police charge sheets. Without a forensic report, prosecutors cannot build a solid case. The legal process freezes. The backlog ensures that the physical decay of the crime scene extends into the decay of the trial itself. In the October 2023 murder, police eventually tracked down a 23-year-old suspect. Following a brief shootout, they arrested him. Authorities stated the motive was an attempted sexual assault, and when the girl fought back, he strangled her. An arrest offers a brief moment of relief, but it is only step one. Securing a conviction for crimes against minors means navigating the Protection of Children from Sexual Offenses Act, the POCSO Act, and the reality inside these courts is grueling. The data paints a bleak picture of the judicial pipeline. More than 63% of all POCSO cases in India remain pending for over a year. The specialized courts designed for speed are drowning in case volume. Even when a case finally goes to trial, the odds of success are remarkably low. For charges of penetrative assault, national conviction rates hover between 21 and 26%. The vast majority of the accused walk free. India wrote a strict, comprehensive law to protect children, but without judges, prosecutors, and forensic labs to enforce it, the courts often act as a site of secondary trauma for victims' families, rather than a place of resolution. The horrors of October 2023 were not a localized anomaly. Exactly 1 year earlier, the region saw a chillingly similar crime. In September 2022, 2 minor Dalit sisters, aged 15 and 17, were abducted from their home. They were gang-raped, murdered, and found hanging from a tree inside a sugarcane field, in the exact same district of Lakhimpur Kheri. A fast-track court did eventually convict 4 men for those murders, nearly a year later. However, the fact that another girl was dragged into another field just months later indicates that the threat of punishment is not deterring perpetrators. Predators recognize the opportunity created by a sluggish police force and backlogged courts. In these systemic gaps, the geographic isolation of the region provides a high expectation of impunity for violent acts. Behind the backlog statistics and the conviction percentages is a 13-year-old girl who just wanted to walk home from school. Her death is a permanent, human tragedy. Protecting the next child requires 3 strict interventions. Police must face severe consequences for refusing to immediately log missing child reports. Forensic laboratories require massive, sustained funding to process DNA in days, not years. And the state must hire enough judges to clear the crushing POCSO backlog. Until these institutional blind spots are permanently illuminated, the thick stalks of the sugarcane fields will continue to hide exactly what criminals rely on: silence, delay, and a lack of accountability.